President Trump's impeachment trial defense team only used 12 of their allotted 24 hours to present their case, because unlike Trump's other defense team, Fox News, 24 hours of pure bullshit proved to be too much for them.
It really gives you a new appreciation for just how hard Fox News works at lying.
Here to help us summarize Trump's defense is our legal expert, Allie Gation.
Hello, I'm legal expert Allie Gation, here to explain President Trump's impeachment trial defense. Although Trump's legal defense could probably be better explained by a bad magic expert because it was basically just a poorly performed series of painfully obvious attempts at misdirection. Take, for example, the terrible linguistic tricks attempted by formerly respected legal scholar, but currently a Fox News personality, Alan Dershowitz.
When the framers included impeachment in the Constitution, they never intended for impeachment to be used to impeach a president.
As always, our Alan Dershowitz impersonator is a woman, because we tried it last week and it worked.
Consider Alexander Hamilton, who said with his dying breath, and I quote, "Ow! That son of a bitch just shot me!"
But the historical anomalies proved to be merely a springboard for Dershowitz's semantic games.
The words abuse of power are in fact so vague and not enumerated that abuse can be related to substance abuse and power can refer to electricity, and therefore impeaching Trump for abuse of power sets a precedent that the next president will be impeached for an addiction to electricity.
Which brings us to Kenneth Starr, who you may remember from his starring role in other impeachments, such as being the independent counsel who prosecuted Bill Clinton for lying about oral sex.
Can you imagine thinking something as trivial as extorting a foreign government into election interference rises to the level of lying about a blowjob? I'm sorry. I can't keep a straight face. It's too ridiculous.
Unfortunately, Starr actually did manage to keep a straight face, and his galling lecture lasted so long that real-life legally blonde Pam Bondi was actually a refreshing change.
The Democrats are being, so totally lame right now. They laid out all this, evidence and junk that establishes this, timeline of events or whatever that, totally implicate the president, who is, super awesome, in a scheme to, extort Ukraine, which I, couldn't even find on the blank map Mike Pompeo keeps in his office for no reason, so who cares?
Bondi spent 30 minutes laying out the case for impeaching President Hunter Biden.
But what about Hunter Biden? Hunter Biden is, totally lame and junk because he makes, a lot of money sitting on the board of directors of an oil and gas company, even though he's, not even an expert in oil and gas. And, I know most boards of directors are filled with overpaid non-industry experts, but, Hunter Biden is totally corrupt because his company was investigated. But then, 2 years after the investigation went cold, his dad threatened to withhold money from Ukraine unless they fired the prosecutor who stopped investigating Hunter Biden's company and replaced him with a prosecutor who opened the investigation into Hunter Biden's company. And if you consider those events in the wrong order, they sound totally suspicious.
Danger! 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 We've come to the part where Jay Sekulow repeats the phrase, danger, 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 in an argument that I can only assume sounded better when he practiced it in front of his mirror.
Danger, danger, danger. The Democrats warned us that we were in so much danger, 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 that the inevitable delay of a year or longer in subpoenaing the evidence and witnesses that further prove their case was too long of a delay. Danger, danger, danger. And yet, they delayed these proceedings by 3.5 weeks. Surely a delay of 3.5 weeks and over a year are exactly the same thing.
Occasionally, he did this weird thing where he referred back to something one of his colleagues said, then said he wasn't going to talk about what his colleague had said, and then rephrased what his colleague had said in the most extreme possible language, only to return to his original insane point.
As my colleague Pam Bondi laid out in an impossible timeline of events that recklessly accused Hunter Biden of the very thing President Trump is being impeached for, which I won't go into other than to say Hunter Biden murders kittens, time is irrelevant and reality is what we say it is. Danger, danger, danger. Words, like time and reality itself, are meaningless constructs to be perpetually redefined as whatever serves the immediate interests of the president.
This guy is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous.
The real danger, danger, danger lies in the hypothetical fear that by impeaching any president for any reason, we will one day live in a world where any president can be impeached for any reason. Danger! 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 And that last time I meant to imply real danger, 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 and not the fake danger, danger, danger that I've been dismissively referring to as danger, danger, danger.
Thankfully, Trump's defense team couldn't squeeze as much bullshit into a 3-day period as Fox News does every day. And so White House counsel Pat Cipollone brought things to a close with his trademark slow and condescending cadence that you might expect from someone addressing a bunch of small children. He's basically what it would sound like if Mr. Rogers was a dick.
It's fun to manipulate information, boys and girls. We've manipulated so much information over the course of this not really a trial that everybody refers to it as a trial, even though it doesn't have any elements of a trial, like documents, or witnesses, or evidence. Can you say bad faith actors, boys and girls? I know a majority of Republican senators can. That's why we're telling them to vote against witnesses. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a not trial. No witnesses, no evidence, let's not have a trial.
No.